So I'm Alex Belgian, I'm 21 and this is my 1975 Beetle. So I got into VWs when I was about 8, so really young. My uncles, my mum, my dad, my cousins all had Beetles. See them driving over to Belgium, the shows, I just thought I gotta have a bit of that. So started buying the weekend magazines, monthly magazines, and then mum and dad bought a Beetle. Helped dad restore that when I was 10, 11, and then when I was 16, a year before I could drive, I bought a Polo Harlequin. Done a few years showing in that, but the dream is always a Beetle, air-cooled, so ended up buying this. Got it in 2019, found this on Facebook. I messaged a bloke and he said, I've got someone coming at 6:30 tomorrow. So made an arrangement with him to be there half hour earlier. Had a quick look round at it with my dad. Didn't look too bad, but everything was covered in filler and painted over top, so it looked better. And yeah, went there, sealed the deal and brought it home. It was red patina. I just wanted to slam it as low as it'd go, static, and just run it like that for a few years before restoring it. But as soon as I took the seats out, the carpet was nailed in. There was holes everywhere, so there was no option but to do a full resto on it. So in August 2019, started stripping it in the driveway. Still at this point thinking it ain't gonna be that bad. Cut it away from the floor pan, so it had been welded to the floor pan. We had to brace it in every which way possible so it didn't just collapse when we lifted it off. And then we put new floor pans in, complete new floor pans, welding to the spline in the middle, a complete new frame head which holds all the suspension on, and then turned our attention to the body. New heater channels, new bit where your feet are, the whole boot floor, a whole complete front end from here, a whole new rear end, welding to all the roof gutters, around the windows. The dash had all been hacked out, so we had to weld that. Everywhere you look really has had welding, so it probably weren't worth it, but I got so far in I'd wasted too much money to turn back, really. Choosing the colour, I like bright stuff, I like different stuff, and no one seems to paint anything this colour anymore. Yeah, it's an original VW colour, not for this year, but I mean, the rear wings we've changed from a 75 year to like a 68 year, so played around. There's bits all on the car which are from different years, which is what I wanted really, to annoy the purists and that. So interior, still the original seats, but they've been recovered by Marshall Upholstery. It weren't till the car was painted, I didn't know what interior route I was going down. Got some samples, put the tartan and the vinyl together, and I was like, sold. Complete new carpet, air ride gauges sit on the tunnel on a custom mounted plaque that we made. That was a pain, getting that to work, getting all the airlines in the back, all the switches and the gauges, but we made it work, which is cool. Interior I've kept, it's mainly standard, but with a lot of little twists. So dashboard is basically standard. We've got a few little trick bits on there. We've got loads of copper bits on there because I'm obsessed with copper. Steering wheel is from vintage Warehouse 65. I was gonna buy just a normal wheel, but again, got too far into the build. I needed something that looked like, that stand out. So they're from Limebug. They're billet aluminium centres, 3-piece. I'd never built a set of split rims before, so painted them myself in the garage. I bolted them together and hoped for the best, really. And yeah, they've been fine. They get talked about all the time. I think it's one of the main features of the car. Probably one of my favourites as well. The bumpers that were originally with the car were shot. I couldn't save them. They've gone past, send them to the rechromers. So they're brand new bumpers from Linebug. The glass and the chrome bit, that's original to the car, but the chrome surrounds, they're all replacement ones. No mirrors aren't original. Again, everything was just had it. I think I bought about 6 sets of mirrors just to find a good quality. I kept buying the cheaper ones, and then a little bit more expensive, and then I just went, they're all rubbish, they're all falling apart, they don't fit right. Bought the really expensive ones, and they've been perfect. So, and I can actually see, which is a bonus. So, engine, I was going to keep 1200, the original engine to the car, but again, it'd look a bit out of place in a show car. Tiny little engine, so I found a guy on eBay who builds drag engines. He could built me a 1641 for it. I'd never built an engine before, so that was a learning curve. I bought twin Delauto 36 carbs, put them on there. Didn't know if they'd work well, but going off forums, what they said, they worked well. New tinware. I think I bought 3 fan housing bits on the tinware just to find one, trying to find one that wasn't damaged. In the end, the bloke said, look, have it cheaper because all of them are damaged. So I ended up painting the tinware in my shed. I've added the roller bearing for the accelerator cable. You can buy them for like 50-60 quid, but they all look the same. They look the same as everyone else's. So me and my dad cut some copper, bent it up, machined a roller bearing, and made our own accelerator roller. The alternator I've upgraded to a 75 amp just because I've got added electrics inside, like cigarette lighters and USB, and a new head unit. So, but that's all hidden away. So all the modern electricity is all hidden away, which is cool. So the exhaust, I had like a GT style, which is an off-the-shelf one you can buy, but it was just getting so hot it was heating up the rear apron and melting all the paint. So there's only so much paint you can throw it apart. In September 21, me and Dad jacked the car up, bought lengths of metal, loads of elbows, exhaust boxes, and then made our own exhaust. When you start it up normally, it sounds pretty standard. When the engine's heated up and you're driving along, you get a nice little pop and a bit raspy, but nothing too major. Brakes are still on drums on the back. Fronts were upgraded to discs, just normal Beetle discs that had come on like a 1500 Deluxe or something. Stopped fine. Bought some better quality pads. I can fly along and it brakes like a new car, so within reason. Biggest difficulty, first that comes into mind, we bought complete front and rear aprons to the car from like here, and they were terrible. Nothing lined up, and we looked at it and it was about that much out either side. We had to drill all the spot welds out, the front and the back, completely take every single panel off and just measure everything 100 times and then weld it where it should be. That was tested our patience. There's been times, loads of times, when I've been out here at 11 o'clock at night rubbing down all the bodywork and that and thinking, this is ridiculous, this is too far, but got to sail on, haven't you? Car's purpose is get it to as many shows as possible. We've done loads this year. Go take it camping, drive around, but mainly car shows and meet up with friends, have a laugh. Biggest achievements with a car would be March 2022 in a Volkswagen show in Isha, pushing the car in with the organisers. There's this one room that's checkered floor, which is like all the best cars are there. And we were pushing it in. He goes, "You're in that hall at the end." And I went, "You joking?" I just stopped and was like, "You having a laugh?" He's like, "No." Parked it up and just had to sit there for 5 minutes and actually take it all in. Didn't think I'd win anything. They were putting rosettes on the cars that had won. Mine didn't have anything. I was like, didn't expect anything anyway, with the standard that are cars that are in there. Done the prize giving and Spike's restorations, Earth's restos and Trailer Queen restos. Put together this skateboard that had been custom painted and awarded that to my car. So that is, and also in July this year, me and a load of friends packed all the Beetles, drove over to Belgium, spent the whole weekend in Belgium at European Bugging, and it made it there faultless, apart from locking my keys in the car. On the way back from a show with a good friend, having a race with like Mark 5 Golfs and just seeing the surprised look on people's faces. I drove to a show in Leeds a few months ago where we won Best in Show, but on the way I was racing a C63 Mercedes and a Porsche 911, and we were hammering it down the motorway doing the speed and pulled up at the roundabout, and the guy in the 911 just leans over and gives me a thumbs up, so that was quite funny. I do drive it, I do trailer at some shows, but I do drive it as well. I've done about 5,000 miles since it's been done, which isn't bad. I try drive it every week, but winter it'll be laid up because terrible roads. The longest journey I've driven it will be Belgium. That was like, we left at 6 o'clock one evening, got to the tunnel at 10 o'clock, a hotel we were staying at near the tunnel. 4 o'clock the next morning, I think got there about 3 o'clock that afternoon. Just constant driving. A funny story actually, we pulled into a petrol station and one of the guys who was with us, he pulled in first and I pulled in behind him. No reverse lights on the Beetles. He starts reversing without looking, rammed me, and luckily I had a number plate on. He just bent the number plate. Spent the whole weekend hugging me, saying how sorry he was. So that was funny. A question that gets asked a lot really. It's never going to drive like a modern car. It's got 35 profile tyres on the front, 17s, rear wheel drive, no undersill, no sound deadening. It's loud, but it's fun. It always puts a smile on your face. Even I broke down the other week, sat in the lay-by, smile on my face because it just looked cool. People were driving by, giving you a thumbs up, beeping. You don't get the same in a new car, do you? So, they all think, everyone at shows, everywhere really, thinks it's my dad's car because I just look too young to have it, which is quite funny. They love the colour, interior, the wheels, everything. Just really like sitting at the shows and hearing what people have got to say. Any hate's quite funny as well. Like it, don't drive. I'll start it up and drive out the show field for you, mate. So top speed in it, I've had it up to 100. My dad, bless him, we were driving to a show and I had my foot down and he was like, "I think you need to slow down." I just put my foot down even more. So yeah, I've had it to 100. I wouldn't want to do any more. It's got a freeway flyer gearbox that I had built. It originally had the 1.2 gearbox in it and it'd rip anything off the line, but as soon as you got to 50, that was it. It was screaming. So I've had a new gearbox built, and that can now cope with motorway speeds. It's my first air-cooled, and I know every centimetre of this car. I've done everything. Although people don't think it, I've done most of the work myself. It's literally been me and my dad. The only bit we haven't done is paint it and retrim the interior and build the gearbox. We've done everything else. Seeing everything, hearing the comments and being like, yeah, I built that.